Hello, today we are going to look at a PVM boss, Scurrius. It's going to be an entry level boss. Um, the only requirements, and they're not really requirements, but highly recommended, you'll want some 43 prayer at least, some decent stats, 50 and above will be fine. Um, all that Scurrius really does is just prayer swap between melee, range, and magic. And then his mechanics, he'll have some falling rocks and some things like that. We'll talk about it throughout the fight. All you're going to need in your inventory is just some food, some prayer potions. If you want to bring a strength pot, super strength pot, something like that, if you have access to high alks, that'd be great. He does drop rune items, which will high alk for around 30k a piece. It is pretty frequent that he drops those items. He also has a chance at dropping what is called a Scurrius Spine. It will create your bone weapons, such as a bone mace, bone bow, or a bone staff. These are really only good if you're fighting rats, such as Scurrius or giant rats or whatever. So all you really need, you don't need anything super expensive or actually anything at all. Rune armor or better is recommended. You can do it in some adamant armor, but it gets kind of grindy. Just get yourself some void if you really want to not have to ever deal with armor again. Um, I have elite void. It's just from a diary, and then you don't have to have a fire cape. You can have a cloak. You can have an obsidian cloak or a armadillo cloak, whatever. You can have any kind of cape. You don't even have to wear a cape. Strength amulet, power amulet's just fine. You don't have to have an amulet of fury. I have a Rada's blessing just for some extra prayer bonus. A dragon defender, you can bring any shield. You don't have to have a berserker ring. You can run no ring. You can run a ring of recoil. Anything like that. Steel ring. Any defense boots. Dragon boots are good. They give you strength bonus. There are some other boots, mixed hide boots, etc., etc. Um, and for that, that's really all you really need to do the fight. So if you head from the East Varrock Bank and head north up this aisle here, um, right here at this manhole, there is uh, the sewers that will head you down, and Scurrius is down there. I'm gonna stop by an altar. I need to charge my prayer, and again, this is kind of nice. There's an altar right here. If you don't really want prayer pots, if you can last a whole fight without doing any prayer, um, you can just come up here after every fight and reset your prayer for free. Now, when you come down, you just head east, follow the little sewage, and then you'll come to this gate here. Right here, you'll see that if you right click these bars, you'll have a normal, a private. You can peek in the normal to see if anybody's in there. Um, so the way Scurrius works, he has a scaling. So if you go in normal, he's scaled as if you had four people in the raid or in the boss itself, and he has a lot more HP, and he also deals more damage, which isn't really that big of a deal, and you don't really get any better loot. So if you're gonna do it solo, you just go into a private instance. It doesn't cost anything. It's super easy. His HP is a lot lower. His damage deals a lot less. Um, the fight's a lot more forgiving. And if you do end up dying, your stuff will be right here by this historian Aldo, and you just grab it from your gravestone. So he has a few mechanics. His first mechanic that he does is he will drop rocks from the ceiling, and it puts shadows on the ground. One will always target you, so you just step off of your shadow and onto a non-shadowed square. If you do get hit, it's just like 20, 22 damage. It's not the end of the world, but it can stack up if he also hits you off prayer. He will also summon his little minions. There'll be 5 rats he summons. This is where bone weapons come in handy. They are a 1-tick attack weapon, so that means they'll just, as soon as you click them, you'll attack and you can attack the next thing. The bone weapon will always kill the rat. They only have 15 HP, but it'll always kill them. And you can kill all 5 really quick and just continue on Scurrius. Now, during the first part of the fight, he'll do melee, so you just enter with protect from melee. And then once you get him down to a threshold, he will go eat at a food pile. He will regen some of his HP. You just continue attacking him. While he is eating, you will be switching between ranged and magic prayer. Blue lightning is magic. The ranged will be like a green, like burp kind of attack. It'll be a green mist, and it comes at you, and that's just protect ranged. He will do that a couple times until you knock him about 2/3 HP, so he'll only have like a third HP left. He will then walk into the middle for phase 2. After you fight him and he comes off the piles, just make sure that you pray melee. He doesn't have a cooldown between his attacks from the food pile to his melee attack, so he can hit you immediately right off the pile. It can do a little bit of damage, 13 to 16 damage. It does happen. If you're on a non-instance, it can do like 20 damage, so just be mindful of that. Once he gets in the middle, he will only attack with magic and ranged. He will continuously drop the rocks from the ceiling, so you've just got to move around off the shadows and attack him. He will also put his minions onto the battlefield. You can kill all but one of them and kind of trap that minion behind him, and it won't be able to attack you, and he won't summon any more minions. That is a way to do it, or you can just deal with it, just kill it. I mean, you're probably going to learn for Jad anyways, right? So, Scurrius is going to be great just to learn the Jad. He does have little animations that you can keep an eye on. Damage is rolled on impact, so if you are a little slow, it's not a big deal. You won't get hit as long as you do it before you see that damage number. So let's go ahead and hop in. We'll just protect melee as we enter and enter private. When you enter, you can drink your strength pot and then just come up and attack him. He does have an experience bonus, so he is good training if you just stay here and kill him a lot and you're just trying to learn the mechanics of bosses in the future. There are lots of bosses here that will take his mechanics and capitalize on them. So that would be good for you. So that's a magic attack. It doesn't always hit. You just swap to magic here. Then melee once he's back. He's a very forgiving boss, so it's not too big of a deal if you accidentally miss a prayer swap. There's his little rocks. You just step off, go into your prayer. Those rocks do hit in the 20s, so just be mindful. These little minions, they do hit through protect from melee. They hit accurately, and they can stack up the damage. And so that is literally the fight. It's pretty quick, pretty easy. Once you get the hang of it, it becomes a lot easier. And then he respawns in 12 seconds or so. And then once you see the respawn timer come down, you just turn on your protect from melee, kill him again. Super quick, super easy. You'll stay on your prayer book most of the fight unless you eat, but always go back to your prayer book because he does make you swap prayers quite often. So after this food, he's going to go to the middle, like that. Just like that. Even after he dies, make sure you're not on the shadows. It does still hit you. And so that is the end of the fight. Hope you get your Scurrius spine, kill him a little bit quicker, better training experience. Uh, it's really, really nice. He's not a really big moneymaker boss, but he does make money. You'll definitely kill him and make more money than the supplies you use. But it's a learning experience. You'll be able to do a lot of other mid game and end game bosses if you learn his mechanics. So, all right. That's all there is to it. I'll catch you guys later.